Hey everybody, welcome back to Family Worship, where we read, pray, and sing as a family. Today we're talking about courage. We're going to be in Daniel chapter 3 today, and as we have said, the entire thing is just full of some of the most amazing things that anyone has ever seen God do with their very own eyes. Today we are talking about the incredible account of what happened to three guys you may have heard of: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And what we will see from this incredible event in their lives is that real courage isn't believing in how good you are. Real courage is believing in how good and powerful God is. You know, I bet there are quite a few of you out there listening today that you love to build things. You might use Legos, magnet tiles, wood, or just about anything you can get your hands on. And I bet when you're done, you don't just walk away from it. You probably go grab a friend or a parent and you say, hey, come look at what I made. But if I had to guess, I bet none of you have built something and then went and got someone and said, hey, come in and bow down and worship. Worship my creation. You know, that would be really weird, right? I mean, that was weird what I just did, right? Well, this is exactly what happened in Daniel chapter 3. We're talking about King Nebuchadnezzar again. You know, he built this gigantic statue. It was huge. It was made fully of gold. It was a big deal. It was taller than two-story houses stacked on top of one another. But he didn't want people to just like come and look at it. No. He wanted them to come and bow down and worship it. He said that whenever you hear me playing the horn, the flute, the zither, and all kinds of music, and then you must bow down to this statue that I've made, or I'm going to throw you into a fiery furnace. And so that's what happened. The king had the music played, and then everyone would bow down to the statue. Everyone except for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They wouldn't do it. And King Nebi, he got real mad, like mad. So mad that he made the furnace 7 times hotter than normal. You know, some people say that flame was over 75 feet tall. And so he tied Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego up, and just before he threw them into the furnace, he gave them one last chance, just one, to save their lives. And this is what those guys said back to the king. King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we're thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if he does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. And so, King Nebuchadnezzar, he threw him into the furnace, and he walked away. But then something strange happened. The king heard something coming from the furnace, and he ran over to look, and he was shocked. What he saw blew his mind. Not only could he see Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire, walking unharmed, but there was a fourth man, one that King Neb said looked like a son of the gods. You know, I think you know by now who that fourth man was, right? Guys, God showed up and did exactly what these guys had the courage to believe that he would do. They came out of the fire, and not only was there no sign of them being burnt at all, Scripture says they didn't even smell like smoke. They didn't even smell like it. And so, for those of you out there who have surrendered your life to Jesus, I want you to know that just like God was with these three guys from our time today, that he's with you too. We know that because he sent his son Jesus to walk through the fire of sin and death so that we don't have to, and would know that God is always with us. We can have courage because God has shown us that he is good and he's powerful. Kids, this is a great time to think about what courage means as someone who loves Jesus. Just take a few minutes right now to talk with your family through these questions and to pray together.
Who's your one? Who's the one God has given you? Who's your one? Who's the one God has put into your life so you can share his truth? Who's your one? Who's the one God has given you? Who's your one? Who's the one God has put into your life? Jesus in my place, a free gift by grace. Will you receive him as your king? Jesus in my place, I'm gonna shout this. I'll tell the world what he has done. Who's your one? Who's the one God has given
I hope you enjoyed reading, praying, and singing with us this week. And remember, wherever you are, you